Hello and a big welcome to the channel. I'm the Motorsport Madman and this is the 2024 British Grand Prix. If you are new to the channel, if you are a Formula 1 fan, then do get yourself subscribed. I'm live for every single Grand Prix from the Formula 1 World Championship, and this is round 12 in Northampton, Silverstone. Let's go! The British Grand Prix, the big one, a British 1, 2, 3 on the grid. The first time that that's happened since 1968 with, I think, Jackie Stewart, Jim Clark and Graham Hill. So a momentous moment in qualifying yesterday. The British 1-2, of course, Mercedes front row, George Russell from Lewis Hamilton, Lando Norris third, and Max Verstappen, the championship leader by somewhat. It's got to be at least 85 points. Max Verstappen, but he starts only fourth. So hoping for a British winner today. We'll see. Max might come through because he's Max Verstappen, and we know that you can never write him off. But I'm hoping for a British win. Who out of the top three, I do not mind. I think my preferred one is Lewis, just because it's been a long time since his last win. It would be a nice kind of, not a send-off because he's still got another 12 races to do in this Mercedes, but it would be a nice little closing, or the start of a closing chapter with Mercedes to win this race. If not, he'll probably have a few more opportunities in the second half of this season to sort of round off his Mercedes career with a win. But I feel like today would be nice because he's his home race. He's won it 8 times. He's the greatest driver of all time statistically. So I would like to see the Lewis victory, but I'll take a George Russell or Lando Norris victory any day. In fact, a Lando Norris victory would be more interesting championship-wise, so I don't mind. And if George wins, it's back-to-back wins for George Russell, so I can't knock him for that either. And Max Verstappen win as well would be interesting, because coming from fourth, if Max wins this, like I said, if he didn't have the pace yesterday, and I said if he got pole, you just have to respect that. In the end, he didn't. But if he comes through from fourth to win this, sort of against the odds a little bit, when was the last time Verstappen was like against the odds a little bit? You got to go back a few years. But yes, guys, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the British Grand Prix. And I hope it is a good one. There has been a bit of sprinkling of rain here and there, but it looks dry at the moment. It looks like the track might be a little bit damp, but I imagine they'll all be on slick tyres unless there's another rain shower before the race starts in about 10 minutes. But yes, welcome in. I'll catch up with the chat now. But yes, CL2, welcome in. Sargent is consistently inconsistent. Yeah, he's done for. I feel like Logan Sargent's on borrowed time now, to be honest. They're talking about replacing him with Esteban Ocon mid-season. And I thought Ocon was going to Haas, so I don't know everything. But yes, Jamza, welcome to the stream. If you was in before or if you're in now, welcome in, bro. Ernesto was here as well. Might still be here. Anto, hello, Anto. How we doing, bro? Obviously, everyone that's in chat as well will be automatically entered into the next round of the Viewers' Championship, which I will do tomorrow evening, maybe 8 p.m, something like that, around the same circuit. If you know about the Viewers' Championship, you know. But yeah, everyone that gets in live chat will be entered into round 12 of that. So big ups everyone for interacting with the stream and getting involved in conversation. But yes, welcome in Ernesto. Yeah, please hit the like. Yeah, please do hit me a like if you haven't already. A few hangovers. Yeah, I'm here, Dougie, pretending like I'm absolutely fresh as a daisy again. But I might not be, but that's between me and you, Dougie, and anyone else that's here. But yes, just made it home. Welcome to the stream, Chrissy. You're in next round of the Viewers' Championship. So is Dan Davis. British pile-up incoming. I wouldn't write that off. The two Mercs going side by side into turn one might be an interesting one, because they're not really going to give each other a lot of room, I wouldn't have thought. Because as with every Grand Prix, the first lap is critical. So, yeah, we've seen a few massive incidents recently in the British Grand Prix, not least with Verstappen and Hamilton into cops. Whether we see that again, hopefully not really, because that'll result in like a 1 hour red flag, and I'll have to talk my way through that. So hopefully we don't get any long red flag periods, and we do get a dramatic race, but not to the point where I'm sat here for an hour with a massive pile up cleanup. But yes, Dan, welcome in. Loz is in as well. Hamilton P1 calling it now, just like you call it every week. But this is his best chance. Every time you've been calling the Hamilton P1, he's been P7, P9. Then you called the Hamilton P1 last week in Austria. I think he started 3rd or 4th. So there was more of a chance. Now, front row, is it written in the stars for Lewis to go and win this? I feel like he's going to want that. He's going to want that lead early off George Russell. It'd be very interesting. You know, I do see a scenario where Lewis leads after lap 1, but Max leads after lap 51. You know, we'll see. We'll see if Max and Red Bull have really got the pace here, because I feel like now McLaren are on par. Mercedes are having a good weekend, whether it's something they can continue on. Obviously, they were gifted the win in Austria a little bit, so that was kind of they were the 3rd fastest team probably in Austria, but they were gifted the win. Can they back that up with another one here on merit? Maybe, but Lando and Max might end up 1-2 in the end. In what order, I don't know. But Mercedes have got something to hold on to. They've got something to hold on to. Play a flat back 11 now. You've got something to hold on to. You've got a lead. But yes, guys, Loz has also entered himself into the next round of Viewers Championship as well. Yeah, smash the like. Cheers, Chrissy. I'm good, Anto. Well, good-ish. I'm here, if that's anything to go by. Rain joined a race. I do not know. I've not watched any of the build-up. So I'm coming into this cold. I know there was a problem with Daniel Ricciardo's car. I don't know if they're going to get him out on time. There might be a couple of pit lane starts going on because Sergio Perez has changed all his engine and everything. So Perez from the pit lane. I imagine it's going to be Daniel Ricciardo from the pit lane as well. There might be someone else from the pit lane, but we'll see. We'll see. But yes, Lee Kine, welcome to the stream, bro. I'm doing good. Who do you think will win? Head says Max will come through. Hart says, I don't know, Hamilton or Norris. Probably Lewis for sort of the romantic, like, kind of the, you know, he hasn't won for a few years. I feel like the Lewis win would be nice. It'd be a nice sporting story for Lewis to win it. But yeah, my head says Max still comes through here. But I hope he's got a fight on his hands, and it looks certainly like he has got a fight on his hands. And that's all I want from this season, you know? That's all I want. Coming off the back of 2023, all I wanted was competition, and now we've got it. So, buzzing. Let's have a good race. Turn 1, 3 cars. Yeah, you're in dreamland. You're in dreamland. Chaos and carnage is what Dan wants. And then he'll be tuning out at the end of lap 2. Like, oh, we didn't get the chaos and carnage. See you next week. You might not be that chaotic, but if it is, you'll hear about it here. Trust me. 4-car pile of the first corner and Piastri's to sail through. Dan said something like that. Dan was texting me earlier. Top 3 crash out of Verstappen sails on through. Yeah, see you in a bit. Sargent win, as always, Carl. I back it. I back the Sargent win. I'm here for it. I think Sargent's only got 2 or 3 races left in his F1 career, if I'm being honest. I feel like summer break, it's goodbye Logan Sargent. I might be wrong, but that's the kind of vibe I'm getting. Just watched MotoGP. I'm not into the bikes, but fair play. I know it is good racing, but I've never been into the 2-wheel stuff. Can't wait for the race. Me neither. Here we go. Toto slamming his desk. We do more than slamming his desk. He'll be... Oh, mate, if they crash into each other... Nah, mate. Toto will lose it big time. Lose it big time. But yes, Todd, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Viewers Championship round 12 as well. You did quite well in the last one, and you've got yourself up into about 6th, I think, in that championship. So fair play, Todd. Consistency pays off in the end, even though you might have a slow driver for a race here and there. In the end, you keep coming back to the streams, you're going to get high up in the championship. And yeah, Hamilton win today. Yeah, I would like to see that. How are the drivers? I've not checked it. Sorry, my top's a bit see-through because it's like almost green, and the green screen, it's not really liking it. But I'm not about to change my t-shirt now. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, why have they put it to 52 laps when it's? I don't know. Anyway, I'll go through the grid in a minute. even though it's on the screen, I like to sort of go through it anyway, just for anyone that might be listening but not watching. I can give someone an update that they want for the grid lineup, so go through that. I might have missed it, actually. No, we'll see. But yeah, the points, I don't know. The points I've lost track of because Verstappen won. Oh, here we go. Here's the starting grid. So it is Sergio Perez from the pit lane, then Pierre Gasly from P19 on the grid in the Alpine. It's then P18 Esteban Ocon, so the Alpines on the back row of the grid virtually with Perez in the pit lane. Then it's Kevin Magnussen P17, Valtteri Bottas P16, Daniel Ricciardo P15. I assume they've got that car ready and out on the grid then. And it is Zhou Guanyu from P14, Yuki Tsunoda, who should be in talks with Red Bull to get that seat off Perez, in 13th. It's then Logan Sargent, who's probably days are numbered in Formula 1, from 12th. Then Charles Leclerc, only P11 in the Ferrari, knocked out in Q2. It's then Alonso from P10. Alex Albon in the Williams from P9. Go on, Alex. He's probably my favourite on the grid, so I'll be cheering on him, as always. Lance Stroll from P8, not bad in the Aston, beats his teammate. Carlos Sainz from P7 in the other Ferrari, the highest Ferrari, P7 on the grid, beaten by Nico Hülkenberg from P6, who's having a stonker of a season. It's then Oscar Piastri P5, Max Verstappen P4, Lando Norris P3, and an all Mercedes front row. Lewis Hamilton for a second, and George Russell from pole position in the Grand Prix today at Silverstone. Let's go. The sun's come out. The rain looks like it is on the horizon, but whether it's coming in towards the circuit, I don't know. That's why I need to get the headphones on and listen to what they're actually saying, because I can't be listening to this without information. So yeah, let's get these on and get in the zone. Yes, CL2, welcome into the stream, bro. How are we doing? Any Brit but Hamilton for you? I don't share that sentiment, but I know a lot of people do, so I have to respect that. But I hope we get a good one. Whew. I'm not sure about that Red Bull special livery. It's a bit weird for me. Doesn't really hold any relevance. It just looks like they've chucked a tin of red paint on it. But fair play, they've gone for the special livery. It's been a while since Lewis started on the front row of the grid, isn't it? I feel like it's been a while where we could have the opportunity of Lewis leading into turn one. It's been a good old while, I reckon. But yeah, Todd, going back to the points scenario. Now, a couple of races ago, I did have the drivers and constructors' points on the stream, on the screen, because it was starting to get close. I think it was within about 50 points. Since then, the last 3 or 4 races has been sort of a couple of missed opportunities for Lando Norris and McLaren. And especially with the DNF last weekend in Austria, what a dramatic final 20 laps that was of the Austrian Grand Prix. If you didn't see that, and go back and watch that stream because it went off. But because of Lando Norris DNF in Austria, the championship battle is now a little bit. You're relying on Norris racking up like 3 wins in a row and Max having reliability issues now, because the gap's got to be more than, I don't know the gap, but it's got to be more than 80 points now. So it's kind of, whilst there was a hope for a couple of rounds, the hope of a championship battle has faded for me a little bit. We're gonna need Lando to rack up 3 in a row, and then I'll get the points back on the stream and we can start looking at the gap. But yeah, the more realistic fight this season is definitely the Constructors' Championship. You know, Max Verstappen can still wrestle around a car that's quite competitive and still probably win the Drivers' Championship. You know, in my mind, there is no doubt that he is the best driver in the world. So he probably will still, even if he's the 2nd, 3rd fastest car from now to the end of the season, he'd probably still win the championship. But Constructors' Championship is well up for grabs, especially with Sergio Perez on the form that he's been in since, middle of April. It's just been dire, and he's starting worse than from the back today. He's starting from the pit lane. So if Perez even gets a couple of points out of this, he'll have done well. But when you've got 2 Mercedes on the front row, McLaren starting 3rd and 5th, the Constructors' Championship's well up for grabs. Now, I know that's not like the headline thing. That's not where the glory and the prestige is. But that's where the money is for the teams. And so the Constructors' Championship, from a managerial point of view, is just as, if not more important than the Drivers' Championship, because that's where the prize money is given out. So that is something to definitely keep an eye on in the second half this season. And I'll tell you what, if Lando Norris racks up 2-3 wins in a row, maybe, just maybe, but we're going to have a Max DNF or two, I feel like. And we're going to have Lando, I mean, or Charles, but Ferrari haven't really been on it the last few races. So preying on Charles Leclerc winning 2 or 3 races in a row, you know, it's not that realistic at the moment. Things can change very quickly in this sport, but it's not realistic at the moment. Now, can George Russell wrestle himself into a championship fight? Too early to say. But if he wins today, it's another step in that direction, as we see Pierre Gasly peeling into the pits at the end of the formation, like we're about to get this race underway, puncturing a DNF. What, for Max? Well, I would spice it up a little bit. The gap would only be then about 60-odd points instead of 80-odd points, I suppose. He doesn't like being beat fairly. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. We'll see what happens today, because he's not starting at the front today. He's not on defence mode, Verstappen. He's on attack mode. And, yeah, it's been a while. Here we go, then. The 2024 British Grand Prix. Everybody's lined up on the grid. The 5 red lights are on. And away we go for the 2024 British Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton cuts in behind George Russell immediately then. And we've got Verstappen and Norris side by side. But it is, as you were then, it is Russell who leads Hamilton down to farm corner for the first time then. And look at this then, Verstappen and Piastri going side by side. Lando Norris is forced off a little bit as they go into the hairpin. It is still Russell, then Hamilton, and then Max Verstappen is all over the back of Hamilton's gearbox then as they head down to Woodcote. Come on then, let's have a race today. Max is already on it. He's already up to third. He's past Lando Norris and he's all over the back of the Mercedes pair. I said about Max Verstappen, you can never write him off. The 2 McLarens then, look, Piastri having a look at Norris as they come round into the old pit straight and head down into Copse. It's Russell from Hamilton, Verstappen, Norris, Piastri, and then the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz. Then it's Stroll, Leclerc, Hülkenberg, who's lost a couple of positions off the start, and Fernando Alonso rounds out the top 10 as we enter Maggots Beckett's for the first time. So we've still got a Mercedes 1-2. Then Russell had a good start, kept the lead, and Hamilton just had to file in behind. But Verstappen already making up a position. So Hülkenberg's the one that's lost out badly then from, what was he, 6th or 7th to 9th. He's lost at least a couple of positions, as we see. Is that Logan Sargent? Logan Sargent is passing Alex Albon, or is it the other way round? Albon passed Sargent for 12th then. And Perez is in the race as well from the pit lane, but Gasly's saying on the graphic that he's at pit lane exit, so not the race for Pierre Gasly, that is for sure. But here we are then at the start of lap 2, Russell from Hamilton. And they've got a little bit of a gap. It's actually Lando Norris putting pressure on Max Verstappen for third at the moment. It's actually Lando looking like he's... let's go. Constructors' Championship is one of them unappreciated things, yet it's more important for the team's future, without a doubt. You know, that'll be the battle to watch this season, without a doubt. Whether we get a Drivers' Championship heating up, I hope so, but it's more of a longer shot. But we are riding on board then through Maggots and Beckett's for the second time with Lando Norris trying to catch up Max Verstappen. Then he's got DRS. It's been enabled. Rain potentially in 25 minutes, they tell Hamilton on the radio. Oh, a sprinkling of rain. We didn't get the 3-car pile-up in turn 1, Dan, I'm sorry. You know, it was clean. Russell got a good start, and everyone filed in behind. Hülkenberg lost out a bit. Verstappen made up a position, but it's as you were, generally speaking, at the end of lap 2. Still plenty more time for drama in this one. Oh, Gasly's out of the race. Well, Gasly peeled into the pits at the end of formation lap. Never a good sign, that is it. And he is out of the race. So Pierre Gasly, the first retiree from the British Grand Prix then. We're on board with Nico Hülkenberg, who has dropped from, I think, did he start 7th or 6th? Either way, he's down in 9th now. Alonso rounds out the points in P10. It's then Tsunoda, Albon, Sargent, Zhou, Ricciardo, Ocon, Magnussen, Bottas, and Perez, who's now caught up the back of the pack from his pit lane start. So he'll be looking to make good progress through the field and maybe pick up a penguin, pick up the odd point at the end of this one. But yeah, Sergio Perez has been in woeful form. As we go to Logan Sargent team radio, Alex had a big piece of bodywork come off. Oh, so they're saying that Albon had contact with Alonso. I didn't see that. I don't think anybody saw that, but it happened. And Alex Albon with damage, apparently. Oh, right, chilling. He's up for a Sunday afternoon nap then. I hope it's going to be good. This we're coming off the back of a 10 out of 10 Austrian Grand Prix, so you know, I'm not giving it a 10 up to now anyway. Put it that way. But we've still got 46, 47 laps to go, so you never know. But we haven't had the wheel to wheel drama of the last few British Grand Prix at the start anyway. But George Russell leads Hamilton by 1.2 seconds. Lando Norris team radio. There's a small shower that might appear lap 6. It might affect just turn 15. We'll keep you updated. So rain is in the air. And that will spice it up a bit, especially if they have to go onto the intermediate tyres. Or maybe even if they don't and they're just slipping round for a couple of laps on the slicks. Either way, rain equals drama, equals excitement. So bring it on. Too much rain. You start getting red flags and the thing gets halted, and we don't want that. But a little shower, a little sprinkling, bring it on. Not asking for much. A little bit of rain, but not too much. That'll do us. Replay of the start then. So no big dramas at the start. It wasn't what Dan was hoping for, really. It wasn't what I was hoping for, in all truth. We're going to see how Verstappen gets up to third then, because he's in fourth. Going down to the that new open, well, new, it's been there a decade now, but that's this complex. Oh, and Verstappen goes round the outside then at the hairpin. Fair play, Max. Up to third, off the start. Replay on board with Verstappen. But yeah, it was all a bit of a status quo at the start, with the top 5 or 6. Look at that, they're almost 3 wide there they were for a split second. Lando Norris goes wide on the curb, gets pushed out wide. And it gives Max a nice clean run round the outside. Replay on board with Alex Albon. Then this is going to be presumably the contact with Fernando Alonso. This is also in that tight opening complex of the race. And yeah, it's got to be front wing damage. And Alonso's probably lucky to get away with that without a puncture. As we see more replays of the start. Yeah, Lando Norris and that mid-pack extremely close to 3-4 wide. Look at this on board with Zhou Guanyu then. Look at this melee. Whoa. And I tell you what, Alex Albon makes contact with 2 or 3 cars in the first 30 seconds of this race. But he's still got his car in one piece, although he is down in 13th. But yeah, Russell leads the British Grand Prix then at the end of lap 5 by 1.4 seconds. And Verstappen being told to expect rain around lap 16. So rain is inbound. Rain is inbound. Come on in. As Denver would say, come on in. Let's have a bit of rain. It's all a bit of a stalemate in these early stages. You've got a second and a half between Russell and Hamilton, a second and a half between Hamilton and Verstappen, another second between Verstappen and Norris. Come on. Norris is just about within DRS range of Verstappen, but it's not helping him a great deal. We are now on board with Charles Leclerc up to P8, started 11th up to 8th, so Leclerc making good progress in his first few laps. And he's up into the points. Up next for Leclerc is Lance Stroll, who's in 7th, the highest of the Aston Martins at the moment. He's got the slipstream, he's got the DRS down to Stowe. Is he going to go for it on Lance Stroll there? Look at the top speed difference as they enter the corner, but Stroll just about hangs on, but for how much longer? Probably not much longer. And Hulkenberg hanging on to the back of this fight as well. But yeah, Lance Stroll holding up Charles Leclerc now. That much is obvious, and it'll be a matter of time before the Ferraris through up into P7. So yeah, 1.5 to Hamilton, 1.5 to Verstappen. Norris is now out of DRS range in P4, but the rain is going to add... The rain is going to add a little bit of spice to this. Is it too early to say that we need a bit of spice in this? You can't say a little bit of rain's about 30 crashes. It died last race. What? Oh, in my thing, I was like, well, you know about 30 crashes. I was like, what? Oh yeah, on my Viewers Championship, mate, that was horrendous. I mean, I don't want to talk about a virtual race during the British Grand Prix, but I had an absolute shocker. Yeah. We're not doing rain against the L2. We're not doing rain again in the Viewers Championship for anyone that cares. But yeah, Leclerc still can't get past Lance Stroll then. Even with slipstream DRS and the full battery deployed, he is struggling to get past the Aston Martin. And he's dragging Nico Hulkenberg along with him. I tell you what, Hulkenberg's driving well this season. You know, I've always sort of thought, oh, he's a boring driver. And when he replaced Mick Schumacher, I was like, oh, what a boring. But he's been good, man. He's probably the most underrated driver on the grid. And he's off to Sauber next season, which is going to become Audi. So fair play. Hulkenberg might get a podium yet one day. He might be 40 by the time it happens, but I hope he does get a podium one day. Looking at a replay on board with Daniel Ricciardo then. He must have passed, is it Zhou Guanyu ahead? Yep, it was Zhou Guanyu. So Ricciardo up to 14th. And look at this, and Kevin Magnussen making moves as well. Magnussen has passed Ocon. This must have been a few laps ago, this. But yeah, bring on the rain. 2008 Silverstone. Oh, one of the best. That was where Lewis... that's when you realise Lewis just wasn't a normal driver. Like, Lewis was going to be a multiple champion. That was the race where he really sort of showed everybody that, you know, I'm not just a young, exciting talent. I think he won that race by like a minute or something like that. You know, that was where he turned up in it, 2008 British Grand Prix, man. It was immense. Rain equals Haas Masterclass. Yeah. Oh, yeah, in Canada. In Canada, they went mad, didn't they? In Canada, what did they do? Start on extreme wets. And they were up to about 4th and 6th by the end of lap 5 or something. Yeah, I swear, like, wasn't it like Kevin Magnussen up to about 4th? And then they had to change and put the inters on, and then they dropped back down to P16 again. But they had a good first stint, didn't they, the Haas boys, in the rain in Canada. Fair play to them, man. Right, rain expected in 7 laps, lasting for 10 minutes. Okay, so They reckon there's a 10-minute rain shower coming up in about 6 laps time. Bring that on for a laugh. And Sergio Perez passes Zhou Guan Yu. So Perez passed Zhou Guan Yu. He's up into 16th then from his pit lane start. Ocon has passed Zhou as well. So Zhou is being absolutely done left, right and centre. Every single replay we've seen of an overtake is Zhou Guan Yu being overtaken. So peak times. I don't know if he'll be in F1 next year either, Zhou Guan Yu. I don't know, man. I mean, maybe he's great commercially, but I'm not sure if he's great behind the wheel, really. I don't know. I don't know if we see Zhou Guan Yu on the grid next year. I don't know if we see Logan Sargent on the grid at the other side of the summer break, to be honest. So it's all just a status quo. We've still got a second and a half between Russell and Hamilton. Verstappen 2.5 off that. So the Mercedes boys have dropped Max Verstappen a little bit in this early phase before the rain shower. And then we have got Norris and Piastri. So Piastri's close up to the back of Norris. Norris is not quite within DRS range of Verstappen. So two McLaren boys are getting close for 4th. Sainz chilling in 6th. Stroll still ahead of Charles Leclerc for 7th. Hulkenberg and Alonso in the top 10 at the moment. But bring on the rain, man. I know it's only lap 10, but... Maybe I've been spoiled by how dramatic the Austrian Grand Prix is, and now a normal race is like dead now. I don't know. Is this how it's been for 2.5 years? And I've just been spoilt by a couple of good races with Canada and Austria being absolute bangers. Now we're back to normality. It's like, why is it boring again? I don't know. This is not a lot happened in the first stint here, as but please do stay tuned. I need the watch hours. Only 1,000 watch hours to go. Yeah, so the Merc boys in this dry opening stint, I've got the better of Max Verstappen at the moment, so he's not like he's past Norris and hunting him down, and which is what I thought would be the case. Mercedes looking good. So fair play, man. I wouldn't have thought that at the beginning of the season. I would not have thought at the beginning of the season we'd have Mercedes quite comfortably, as it stands, it's early doors, but quite comfortably 1-2 in the British Grand Prix. You know, if you just said that to me in Bahrain, I'd have been like, no chance. But here we are. Things change quick in this game. And we are on for a Mercedes 1-2. Pre-rain anyway. Let's have a see what it's saying. Let's see what we're saying after the rain shower. But Verstappen Team Radio, expect the rain to last around 5 minutes. Then there'll be a window of 10 minutes before a longer cell. Right, so they reckon, this is changing by the minute, but they reckon then a short shower, a short shower for 5 minutes, then a 10-minute window, then downpour settings. Oh, God, I hope when the rain arrives it's not too hectic, because it soon gets red flagged, you know what I mean? It soon gets red flagged. And then it might be a long old stream. If we get a red flag due to heavy rain, please do get involved in the chat. It does help. Because I might have to bridge quite a lengthy stoppage. But we'll see. We'll play it by ear. It might not come to that. Yeah, guys. So basically, I'm going to see if I hotel. Maybe manager Silverstone told the price next year is going to go because you'll be 18. Oh, decent. Yeah, go for it. It is a dear do, though. Hence why I'm sat here and not actually there, because I don't really fancy spending £1,000 to sleep in a tent for a couple of nights. And, yeah. I tell you what, yeah. And I know this isn't promoting the channel very well, but the first 13 laps of this race has been the worst 13 laps of the season. But I've got to tell it as it is. I've got to tell it as it is. I can't sit here and hype up something that's been absolutely dreadful. But, mate, bring on the rain. I can hear people clicking off the stream now. I don't do myself any favours. Maybe I should just fake it and be like, oh, what a race. You know what I mean? Absolutely blag it, but I can't. I can't blag it if it's crap. I'm telling you it's crap. Do you know what I mean? And, yeah. Nothing's happened so far. How long have we been live? 37 minutes. 37 minutes of our lives we might not get back. Oh, come on, dude. This is dreadful so far. You gained 4. Yeah, maybe because I'm real. I mean, I ain't going to big up a race if it's dead, bro. But on the opposite end, we get a little bit of drama. I'll act like it's the greatest race of all time, so it's polar opposites. Leclerc's got to get past Lance Stroll. There he is down the inside. Finally, on lap 13, the crowd goes wild. Jesus. Is that the first significant overtake, if you can call Leclerc passing Stroll significant for P7? I feel like that's the first significant overtake of the race. Besides Verstappen going past Norris 20 seconds into the race. Oh, look at this, and Norris is closing up to the back of Verstappen. They've heard me complaining, and Verstappen's getting on it. Okay. No rain yet, but it must be getting close. I've done the weekend camping thing for BSB. British Superbikes, yeah, but I bet that cost about 10% of what this costs. This is a dear do, mate. If I had a group of people, you know what I mean? If I was part of like some F1 friend group, you know, and you go for the laugh and you go to be with your mates and have the beers and have the camping experience, then yeah. But hardcore truth is I don't have that. So here I am. You know what I mean? If you go with a group of mates, then you can... Even if it's a crap race, you're having a good time because you're camping, you're with your mates, you're getting a barbecue going, you got the beers rolling. But I haven't got that, so you know, play the sad violin. But I ain't going on my own. Spending $1,000 on this. Is the only race you get to watch live? Oh, is it on Channel 4 live? Is it this? I know they've done that in the past because it's the British Grand Prix. Ooh. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I can see drops of rain on the camera lens. That's the indication. Here we go. And then Norris is all over the back of Verstappen now for third with a little bit of sprinkling of rain in the mix. Right. We can forget the first 15 laps. The race starts now. Right. Can we just erase the first 15 laps of this British Grand Prix? Can we say that the race starts as the first raindrops fall on lap 15? Because I back that as a plan. Yeah. So here we go. British Grand Prix is underway. Lando Norris is on the back of Max Verstappen here. Oh, it's going to be a little bit of needle after what happened in Austria as well. I'm pretty nervous, to be honest, about this. I'm nervous. Ooh, I'd be a little bit nervous if I was Lando Norris. I'd be a little bit apprehensive about this. You're catching up to the back of Max Verstappen, and there's got to be a bit of Lando Norris. It's like, oh God. Here he goes. He's got this DRS, he's got the slipstream, and for once in his life, Max Verstappen gets overtaken and lets it happen. He had to let it happen. Norris is up to third. Verstappen concedes a position for the first time in about 4 years. Bloody hell, I had never seen Verstappen be overtaken. Well, he didn't even try and fight it. Fair enough, fair beans. Well, that's job done. Lando Norris up to third. Nothing that Max could do. Didn't even try and fight it. Stayed on the racing line. And Norris is through. Ooh. Whoever gets 2 million subs first 2 million? You're having a laugh. We'll be waiting a lifetime. Darren Jones has to pay you for 50-50 OG for what? 2 million fans. I was sat here as a skeleton before I hit 1,000. You're mad about 2 million. I'll be old and grey when I hit 1,000. You must be having a laugh, bro. But anyway, Verstappen has been done. You were your first ever sub. I don't think it was, mate. I was probably my first ever sub. me other channel. You got to back yourself, don't you? I don't think you was. If you was, you've been silent for 2.5 years, mate. But welcome to the stream, Samson. You've been here since day one, since the 2022 Bahrain Grand Prix. Do not go back and watch the streams in the first half of that season, because it was horrific. But yeah, if you've been here since then and just been on a sly one in the background and never commented, fair play. What can I say? Thank you. But I somehow doubt that slightly. But Jams and Dems have been potentially more. 2 million subs is still crazy though. Maybe 100k. When one of them hits 100k, you know what I mean? That's more realistic. 2 million for anybody's that's crazy. Anyway, the rain is coming down. And Piastri's catching Verstappen now. Oh, they're all lining up to overtake the triple world champion then, is it? Struggling a little bit. So what's the scenario here then? I don't think the rain's falling too much. Is it just a couple of little bit of spits of rain here and there? But we've not seen anything significant. Russell leads Hamilton by 1.6 seconds. Norris is 2.8 behind Hamilton. It's then Piastri putting pressure. Yeah, we've got a couple of spits of rain, but nothing of any significance. But it is Piastri now catching Verstappen for P4. Ooh. Russell or Norris, as opposed to who I prefer or to who I think will win the race. Look at this. Piastri's done Verstappen. Verstappen down to P5. Ooh, I didn't expect this. I did not expect this today. I thought it'd be Verstappen on the hunt. Verstappen is the hunted. Verstappen is the prey. When was the last time we've seen this? I don't think I've ever seen Verstappen falling down through the field. I don't think I've ever seen it. Even in his like Toro Rosso days and all that. I don't even think I've ever seen Verstappen like, oh, look at this. Russell's struggling and Hamilton's all of a sudden has gone from 1.6 seconds. He's now within 0.3. Look at this. Hamilton, the Rainmeister, 20 years of experience under his belt. And here he comes. Now we're on it. Who I prefer? I think I prefer Lando just. But anyway. Here we go. The battle for the lead is on. Hamilton is all over the back of Russell for the lead. Oh, guys, just keep it sensible. I mean, you know, the run down the Hanger Straight is wide enough for 2. It's wide enough for 6 cars to go line abreast. He's got the DRS. He's got the slipstream. Hamilton's down the inside into Stowe. And Lewis Hamilton takes the lead in the British Grand Prix on lap 18. Go on then, Lewis. The crowd doesn't know how hard to cheer about that one because it's Brit versus Brit. They'll cheer a little bit, I suppose, especially the OG Hamilton fans. But Hamilton takes the lead on lap 18 of the British Grand Prix in the rain. Come on, then. Oh, it's raining quite hard now, says Martin Brundle. Oh, they've gone off. They've both gone off in the turn 1. Now we're going. Now the British Grand Prix is on. Now it's arrived. Forget the first 18 laps. Now we're on. Now it's game on. We've got Piastri's off in the background. Look at Lando Norris going for George Russell into the hairpin. And Lando Norris is up into second. Let's go. We've got a race on. Thank God for that. The first half of this was dull as you want. But here we go. The rain has arrived. They've got a pit now for intermediates. Come on. Oh, this is what we want. This is what we want, man. Forget the first 18 laps. Oh, Lando. No, and I tell you what, it caught them all out in turn 1. DRS disabled, mate. This is a dangerous situation. You can sling your DRS. Woohoo! Oh, baby, you got to pit. Look at the spray. Someone's going to spin and bin it here. Someone's going to bin it here before they get to the pits. You've got to pit now for intermediates. No one will stay out on this. No one will stay out on this. If you stay out, you might as well write your will. You have to pit now. You have to pit now. Look at him into Stowe. Look at the wide, wet line. And look how quick Lando Norris is out of the corner. They're staying out. They're staying out. You must be on nut job scenario. They're staying out. Well, I can only imagine that they must have the information that this rain is about to stop. Leclerc's going to pit. Lando Norris is going for the lead. He's down the inside into turn 1. And Norris takes the lead in the British Grand Prix. Oh, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. And George Russell's all over the back of Hamilton for sec. This is unbelievable now. This is better than Austria. And Austria was a 10 out of 10. I don't know what I'm going to give this. Oh, look at this. Piastri's round the outside of Russell. It's side by side. Oh, what a ball, mate. The first 17 laps, if anyone tuned out and thought, now I'm gonna put Wimbledon on, you are on big regret settings if you're watching Wimbledon now. This is where it's at, brev. You can forget Alcaraz hitting him for a fucking 15 love. This is where it is today, mate. Oscar Piastri's lining up Hamilton for second. We're on for a McLaren 1-2 pretty quickly here. If I was to get my wallet out, mate, I'm saying McLaren 1-2 any time now, boy. Look at this. Go on, Oscar, then. Go on, Oscar, then. Go on, Piastri. Go on, Piastri's got him. Piastri's down the inside. Piastri's going for second. It's side by side into Stowe, Piastri and Hamilton tries to dice it out, but Piastri's into second. Oh, baby, what a race this is, man. I know I'm here with a see-through shirt on, whatever. What a race. And Piastri's up to second. I hope Denver isn't too hungover to be able to miss this. I hope that Denveloper is watching this, mate. Because he is big time Piastri. And if he's in bed on hungover mode, he's missed a cracker. So Lando Norris leads, and the rain has eased off then. So, you know, pitting wasn't the one. I tell you what, I'd be at the back if I was in this race because I'd have pitted. So I'd be running stone dead last on a fresh set of intermediate tyres going, I might have got it wrong. But they knew in it, the teams knew that the rain was only going to last a couple of minutes. And so they've all stayed out apart from Charles Leclerc. Who else pitted? So Perez, Ocon and Zhou and Leclerc. So 4 drivers went onto the intermediates. 15 of them stayed out. So Norris leads Piastri by 1.5 seconds. Then Hamilton 3rd, Russell 4th. Max Verstappen is down in P5, some 2.6 seconds off the back of the Mercedes pair. It's then Sainz, Hülkenberg, P7. I've got addicted to saying his name that way now. I can't just say Hülkenberg normally anymore. Alonso, P8. Stroll, P9. Yuki Tsunoda's found his way into the points at the moment in P10. It's then Albon, Sargent, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Bottas, Leclerc, Perez, Ocon and Zhou. 4 out of those back 5 have stopped. In fact, the bottom 4 are all on the intermediate tyres, which is looking like the wrong call. So I would have made the wrong call. That's why I'm sat here and not in the car. What a race. Best race for years. I'll tell you what, yeah, in terms of like competition for the win, mate, this is what it's all about. A year's worth of excitement. Yeah, we got a full 2023 season's worth of excitement in the last 3 laps that we've had here. You pitted as well. I pitted as well, Dougie. You got to play it safe, don't you? Got this one on. Picture in picture. I don't know what you mean by that, but get in. Guys, you hear that first? He said Sainz. I like being in the pits. Yeah, same. Gotta get the Inters on, play it safe. Lose to win, please. Yeah, I can't personally deliver you that, Matty, but we shall see. Ferrari has toast. Toast Leclerc with the strats again, I know. I was there screaming for the intermediate tyres. They're all going to pit. They're all going to pit. Only Leclerc pits. Okay. Might have been wrong on that one, but they knew that the rain was only going to last a couple of minutes. And look at the replay of Lando Norris getting the lead off George Russell. I mean, the McLarens versus Mercedes for the win of the British Grand Prix. Not what I would have predicted at the start of this season, but it's fantastic, isn't it? Brilliant. Brilliant. And we're now sat on a... Sorry, I'm getting mixed up. We're now sat on a McLaren 1-2 at the moment. Oscar Piastri has arrived now. Let's go. Science Robot. Yo, Flabsy. Yes, Flabby G, bro. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Viewers Championship Round 12 as well. I don't think you've been in one of these streams since March, April. So welcome back to the channel, Flabby G. Top four are basically the only British drivers. Well, apart from the fact that Piastri's Australian, but do we just brush over that? You need more tea. Well, one little rain shower, and it's gone from a Mercedes 1-2 to a McLaren 1-2. Interesting. Oh, yeah. That was an exciting few laps, wasn't it? It's settled down again now. We can all breathe again. Ooh, that was a good few laps, that. I knew, mate. When they all went wide in turn one, they're all on the... I mean, if that was a gravel trap on the outside of turn one, they'd all be out of the race. But, yeah, when you just see them all run wide in turn one, I knew the next couple of laps was going to be tasty. And it was. We have got... In fact, I'm surprised that the camera didn't cut to someone in the wall. Do you know what I mean? Someone who's binned it. I'm surprised we didn't just get a random camera cut to like Lance Stroll in the wall or something like that. I am surprised that everyone sort of survived that rain shower without too much drama. Obviously, the Ferrari pit wall have got it wrong, as have Ocon and Zhou and stuff. Perez on the Inters. I mean, I suppose if you're on the Inters now, you might as well stay out on the Inters with the hope and expectation of more rain incoming. So you might as well just back it at this point. You know what I mean? You're already too deep in. Yeah, if you're on the Inters now, I don't think there's much point in swapping back onto the slicks with another rain shower incoming. You know what I mean? Might as well just survive on intermediates on a dry track for another couple of minutes and then hope that everybody in front of you has to pit again and you make up these positions that way. For sake, Barry is here. Nah, I love Barry, man. Welcome in, everybody. We don't want any beef on the streets. You don't need to hear nothing about food. I think they pitted for instance a bit too early. Oh, without a doubt they did, yeah. Oh, look, are they lapping Sergio Perez? Is that Sergio Perez on the intermediate tyres being lapped by the leaders? Oh, God. It's like me being lapped in the Viewers' Championship by Kim and Dougie, this, isn't it? Embarrassing. Oh, no. Oh, no. The intermediate tyre was not the one. It might still be the one, yeah, you know, soon. But, yeah. Panicking and jumping onto the Inters, which is what I was about, it turns out wasn't the right call. Oh. Oh no, being on, oh. It's a good job I'm not on the pit wall, because I'd have been screaming at the drivers, pit, intermediates now. You know what I mean? We now be running 19th and 20th, and me just like, well, I might have got that wrong. But they know better, innit? They know better. That's why they're on £1 million a week. They know what they're doing. I'm here for the drama and excitement of it all. Perez in the bin, don't we? Who spins first? Yeah, should have that as a poll on the stream, innit? But I don't know how to set them up. But who spins first? Yeah, options. What? Sargent, Stroll. Who else would be suspect to a cheeky spin? Magnussen. Zhou. Yeah, I put Sargent, Stroll, Zhou, Magnussen. Who's going to be first to spin? Oh. Ocon. Do you not rate Ocon? Or do you just not like Ocon or what? Ocon's alright, but... There's talk about Ocon replacing Sargent mid-season at Williams. Interesting one. Stick Jack Doohan in at Alpine for the second half this season, and Logan Sargent, well, have holiday, you know what I mean? Oh my God, look at this. Oscar Piastri's all over the back of Lando Norris for the lead. Where's Denver? I might have to phone him. If Piastri takes the lead, I'm making a phone call to my hungover friend. No, mate. If Piastri's oh my God, if Piastri wins the British Grand Prix, no, beats all the Brits. Imagine the scenes. I'd love to see it though. Sat here as a Brit with a Mercedes. I would love to see Piastri win it. I did not think that was an option going into this race. It is now definitely an option. Oh, Piastri. Oh, he's all over the back of Norris. You see, I'm not British biased because I'm all about this. I back this. You know what I mean? I'm not like salty about this at all. In fact, I prefer it. How weird is that? How weird is that? I would actually prefer this. Because it's more... It was more unlikely. And the more unlikely it is, the better. I'm weird like that. But you can imagine how much I enjoyed Leicester City winning the Premier League. Best season I've ever seen. I have no links to Leicester whatsoever, but I do love an underdog, I tell you that. And Piastri was a firm underdog for the British Grand Prix here this afternoon, but he's lining up his teammate. He's lining up as the rain moves in once again. Now what are we doing? Yeah, now it's at Inters. Now it's at Inters. So Norris gets the preferential treatment. They're not double stacking. Okay, so this is a scenario. They're double stacking at Mercedes. So Norris is in, Hamilton's in, and Russell's in. Piastri stayed out. I don't think that's very good for Oscar Piastri, that. I don't think that's very good for Oscar Piastri. I could be wrong. I was wrong 5 minutes ago. So I am not here telling you that I know all the strategy, all the best strategies, but I feel like them not double stacking at McLaren is massively favouring Lando Norris there, which is the right thing to do, because the leading driver should get preferential treatment. That's how it works. But Mercedes are double stacked, which is brave as well. And look at this then. Hamilton through on Sergio Perez. Right, so what's the running order here? So Piastri stayed out. Oh, Piastri's done for here, man. This has taken the wind out of the Oscar Piastri sail, this. Big time. Piastri's lost so much time by staying out an extra lap. Oh, Piastri's lost so much. Oh, I won't wait Denver up then. Yeah, no, this is not. Piastri will be fuming. Piastri will be fuming about this. He's lost 20 seconds. Piastri's just lost 20 seconds in one lap. And I feel a little bit deflated about that. I feel a little bit deflated about that, I can't lie. Am I a bit of a Piastri fan? Is that what I'm realising here? I think I might be. I feel a little bit deflated about this. With a British 1-2-3 on the grid, but I did fancy the Piastri challenge for the win then. But it's not, is it? He won't be happy with that. They should have double stacked. That's a shocker. McLaren have got it badly wrong there with Piastri. Piastri be fuming at this. That's burst my bubble, that. Yes, Alex, welcome to the stream, bro. That's burst my bubble, that. It's not very fair, that. Leicester only 1,000 to 1 this time. 5,000 to 1. Yeah. They should have their own pits. No, there's not. The pit lane would have to be twice as long, isn't it? Terrible call by McLaren. I agree. They've crucified him there. They've crucified him, keeping him out for an extra lap there. They've just hung him out, mate. Brutal. He's down to P6. Anyway, this is a situation then. Lap 29 of 52. Norris leads Hamilton by 3.3 seconds. It's then Verstappen in third. Russell now down to P4. So it's worked out well for Verstappen and not very well for Russell as well. While I'm moaning about Piastri, Russell's also lost out to Verstappen. It's then Sainz P5, Piastri now down to P6. Hulkenberg still up there in P7, having a good season. And then we've got Stroll, Alonso, and Yuki Tsunoda P10 at the moment. Is Hamilton catching Norris then? Gap is 3.2. I'll be keeping an eye on that. And Verstappen, you can never write off Max Verstappen in third place. Russell not far behind him, but they've shot Piastri's chances here. It won't be that bad. Piastri just lost one position. I know. That'd have been all right if they'd have double stacked and it takes a couple of seconds longer, and Lewis gets through, or even if both Mercs got through, But he's right there. I would have been like, all right. But the leaving him out for an extra lap, it's killed it. Yeah, the rain's not really materialised, has it, though? Because they're sort of having, it's like 1 lap, 2 laps of rain, and then it's drying up again. This time, the rain shower is enough to make them all blink and all get on the intermediates, and now it's drying out again. There'll be a few pit stops this afternoon. Russell's catching Verstappen for third. Wow. Cue the Jaws music for Max, I know. Dun dun ram dum 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 dum. Oh my God! I feel deflated about the Piastri thing because he was really challenging him, wasn't he? He was like the spanner in the works. But that was exciting. It was an exciting spanner in the works that they've deleted from the scenario. So they reckon it's going to stop raining around like 40. It doesn't even look like it's raining now, though. It must only be very light. Hamilton being told the rain's going to last another... Yeah, this is it. You know, they're telling Hamilton the rain's going to last another 6 laps. Hamilton's coming back on the radio saying it's not even raining. It's just spitting. It's just slightly spitting with rain. It's not really, yeah, it's not raining. It's barely the odd spot here and there. Ferrari master plan. I know. Charles Leclerc's had a couple of shockers. Because Austria as well, he damaged his front wing in turn 1. Did Leclerc get in the points in the end in Austria? He might have scrambled like a P9 or something in the end, but he had a shocker. And then back to back with this. Back to back with this. Charles Leclerc's had a couple of weeks to forget. No, he didn't. Did he not get in the points? Was he like 11th or 12th or something like that? Oh, it's awful, awful, awful times for Leclerc. Since winning the Monaco Grand Prix, how many points has he scored? A handful? Oh, no. Piastri is catching Sainz. If Piastri comes through, catches them all, passes them all, and still wins this race. He is catching Sainz though. Piastri's still looking quick in these mixed conditions. Pedal faster, Max is coming. Now we're all right. Max is 7 seconds behind Hamilton. He's more looking in his pressure. He's more looking in his mirrors. You know, Max is looking behind him rather than ahead of him. Russell only 2.2 behind the Red Bull. But this is the closest fight then. Piastri almost within a second of Carlos Sainz as they head down the hanger straight then. Like 33 and 52. This race is passing us by pretty quickly now. Yo, Kim. How are we doing? Welcome to the stream. Championship leader Kim is in the chat and has got a seat in the next Viewers' Championship race. How are we doing, Kim? Welcome to the stream. We've had a dramatic middle part of the circuit. It's settled down a little bit now, but it's been a little bit shouty for a few laps. Feeling a bit tender? No, fresh as a daisy. Fresh as the day is young, Kim. Rough as a dog's arse, to tell you the truth. Was hoping you didn't turn up. Yeah, I know. I don't want it to get like that. That's the little that's the caveat, isn't it? That's like the thing about it. Oh, is Russell having to retire from the race? No, as long as it's all light-hearted, isn't it? Oi, George Russell's out. Oh, the man who started from pole position. The man who won last time out in Austria. is into the garage and out of the British Grand Prix. Brutal for George Russell. I don't know what the issue was. I assume it's some sort of engine issue, but I have no idea. But a technical issue. And George Russell has retired from the British Grand Prix. Oh, I mean, that's even worse than what Piastri got dealt with. Never missed a race yet. And the streak's still on, Kim. I'll miss a race before you do at this rate, Kim. We almost had a chance, Russell. we almost had a chance. The thing is, I don't want to get it... I don't want to get it like that where someone comes in the chat and everyone's like, oh, she's in again. That's not the aim. It's all a bit of fun anyway, isn't it? It's only a bit of fun. No, Russell again, George, Dougie, Russell, damn, bro. And your phone kept pinging with notifications, Discord and WhatsApp. Oh, last night, bloody hell. Yeah, a bit of everyone. All good fun, though. I don't think Denver's lived to see this race, though. It's still spitting with rain, but... Right, yeah, so what's the scenario now? So Norris leads Hamilton by 3 seconds. Replay on board with Kevin Magnussen. Could this be the first spin? What someone was talking about. I did put Magnussen as one of the options for a spin. We held on to it. Oh, he was nearly gone there. It was like me in the Porsche GT3 on iRacing the other night. Except for I would have spun it 17 times and got lost in the infield. But he held it together. Fair play, K-Mag. And everyone's still facing in the right direction. I would have thought that someone would have spun off and bunged it in the wall by now. But maybe I'm underestimating him. But yeah, Max Verstappen is catching Hamilton then, but the gap is still 7.4 seconds. Rain ending in 6 minutes. They've got a pretty accurate weather radar going on. Kevin was almost it. Kevin was one of the options. Right, what's going on here then? So is Hamilton catching Norris? Yes. Is the answer to that. 2.1 if Lewis wins after the 2.5 years he's had. Ooh. That was sketchy. That was sketchy. It's not raining here now. It was pissing earlier. Well, it's been raining on and off at Silverstone, which has made for some exciting stuff. I think drivers had the most underrated performance here. Hulkenberg. Yeah. Hulkenberg's top 6, yeah. Unbelievable. Oh, umbrellas going away. Right, Mercedes have only soft or hard tyres. We have medium if we want it. Norris is being told on team radio. Right, okay. I think Hamilton's on a charge here. Is that the McLaren right there? Or is that a lap runner? Is Hamilton right up behind? Oh, no, that's a lap runner. Oh, it was hard to tell from that angle. No, the gap is still 2.1 seconds between the top two. Make that 1.9. But yeah, the rain is easing up now. The sun's come out. Well, it's typical British weather this today. Rains for 5 minutes and now it looks like a sunny afternoon. The sun is coming out. Wow. And a massive moment there. Yeah, Lando Norris nearly losing the rear end in the final corner. But 1.8 seconds the gap for the lead between Norris and Hamilton. Verstappen some 7.6 seconds up behind. He can't keep up with these two. The sun's cracked open here. No, Jamza is probably singing. He's still singing It's Coming Home. Jamza was here. Or he certainly put a message in early doors. So he's got a seat in the Viewers' Championship. Now, whether he's seen any of the race, I don't know. But he has got himself in because he did put a message in the live chat when I started the stream. So he's qualified. Gasly took a 50-place grid penalty. I know, I saw that. I saw some of the stuff that he was going to be starting from France and stuff like that. 50-place grid penalty. They used to do that years ago. I've not heard of that for a few years, actually. When they first brought in these V6 hybrids, there was a lot of like crazy grid penalties like that. 65-place grid penalty. Once you're at the back, you're at the back. It's daft. Just classic Alpine, big L, yeah. So 2 retirees from the British Grand Prix as we are on about to start lap 38 of 52. 2 retirees are George Russell and Pierre Gasly. 18 runners in. Gap between the top two, 1.7. We're watching Nico Hülkenberg, who's P6. I gave Hülkenberg driver of the day in Austria last weekend. I know a couple of people like, why not George? Why not George? But you've got to understand, Nico Hülkenberg finishing top 6 in a Haas is mad. And he's looking to do it again. If Nico Hülkenberg slaps back-to-back top 6s in a Haas, you have to tip your cap to that. He's doing a fantastic job. You'll be rubbing your hands in the final. Not going to sim it, though. So, yeah, the McLaren Honda grid pens were stupid, weren't they? So Piastri has got the medium option as well. Right, so they're starting to pit for dries. Look at how wet it is in the pit lane. You've got to be careful. But Magnussen's out then on the soft tyre. Right, so this is the time to switch onto the slicks. Ricciardo's in. He's put the soft tyre on as well. Verstappen team radio. And Hamilton's in. Hamilton's in from second. And Verstappen's in from third. So Lando Norris has stayed out and gone round. This could be big. This could be big. This could be big for Lewis. This could be big for Lewis. This could be massive because they've got the jump on McLaren and Lando Norris. Piastri's in as well then. So Hamilton's in, Verstappen in, Piastri in. Norris and Sainz have gone round on the intermediates. Oh, this could get Hamilton the lead of the race, this. Bottas as well. Has McLaren fumbled again? I think so. I think so. So Piastri's back out into the race. It'll be interesting to see the gap now. I think Lewis is going to be in the lead here. I mean, it depends. Maybe the dry tyres take a few corners to warm up and maybe they're not rapid straight off the bat, but this is going to be interesting. Oh, look at this. Norris is up behind Kevin Magnussen, a lap runner. This is not going to help him. And Lando Norris does dive into the pits now at the end of lap 39 of 52. We're going to have an interesting last 13 laps here. I'd go soft tyre if I'm Norris. There's only 12 laps to go. Whack a soft on. Whack a soft tyre on. They are going soft. Yeah. Oh, he's missed his marks, has he? Yeah, he's gone long in the box. Oh, I feel like this is it. This is the moment of the race. I think Lewis is going to take the lead here. Surely. Oh, it's going to be neck and neck, but Hamilton takes the lead of the British Grand Prix with 12 laps to go, and Lando Norris comes out of the pits right behind him. Ooh, new race leader, Lewis Hamilton. I did say I would like to see this result. Then the Piastri hype got me. You know, I did like the option of Piastri perhaps winning this. But now, Lewis Hamilton, with 8 British Grand Prix wins, leads a 9th with 12 laps to go. The potential of a 9th is now on the table for Lewis Hamilton. And he's not won a race since what? The 2021 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, off the top of my head. This is 2.5 years ago. More than 2.5 years ago. But Lewis Hamilton now leads the British Grand Prix. Oh my goodness me. So many people have written him off. He's passed it. But it's not over. Lando Norris is gonna be... Oh, and Lando skidded in the pit box, went long. Oh, I feel like McLaren have made 2 mistakes to do with strategy today. They left Piastri out a lap too long. They've left Norris out a lap too long, and it might cost them big time. But we'll see. Lando might be, Lando's not going to take this lying down, is he? Oh, this is going to be close, man. The gap's 2.7. Someone's going to hit the wet curb and spin. I would have thought we'd seen that by now, to be honest. Boom, Lewis. I know. Yeah, Hamilton's saying, yeah, he's being told Norris same tyre, and Lewis is saying, leave me to it. Hamilton leads the British Grand Prix. 11 laps to go. How will the British fans feel about this? Because a lot of the younger generation are going to be massive Norris. And a lot of people that have been watching this for 20 years are going to be Lewis Hamilton, a.k.a. me. But everyone who's 25 and under is probably cheering on Lando Norris right now. Yeah, there's going to be a bit of a divide in the crowd. But interesting. 2.5 seconds between the top 2. Verstappen is catching a pair of them. Course he is, Brem. Course he is. If Max Verstappen wins this race from here, big respect. Massive respect. If Verstappen wins this race from here, it's massive. That would be massive. I'll tell you now, if Verstappen catches Norris, passes him, catches Hamilton, passes him, and wins the British Grand Prix in these last 10 laps, nah. That would be unbelievable. Whoa, we've got a showdown. Are these the best 3 drivers in the world? Running top 3 in the British Grand Prix right now. Hamilton, Norris, Verstappen. Yes, always. How we doing, bro? Welcome to the next round of the Viewers' Championship as well. Cheers for getting in stream. We have got a showdown at the end of this British Grand Prix. 10 laps to go. Hamilton leads Norris by 2.6. It's then another 2.6 to Max Verstappen. We have got a top 3 showdown for the win. Jaws music. I should have that on a tab. I should have the Jaws music. You know, on like a shortcut and just press a button on the keyboard and the Jaws music plays. I'd probably get copyrighted out my arse, but it'd be funny though. Not that I'm earning anything from this anyway, so it doesn't matter. Copyright me all you want. Come on, anyone else? Oh, mate. Buzzing. Been taking lessons from you, spinning and damp corners. Oh, no. No one's spun. It's unbelievable. Green leaves. Yorkshire Uncle Barry. Uncle Barry. Verstappen's not winning this, is he? He's not. He can't. On a hard tyre. No, he can't do it. This is Hamilton v Norris, surely. But Hamilton's maintaining the gap at 2.5. Oh, Norris is slightly catching. Oh, Lewis is going to be ticking down these. It's like a team holding onto a 1-0 lead with the minutes running down. They're just trying to run out the clock. That's what I feel like. Hamilton is in that mode. He's 1-0 up and he's just trying to run the clock down and see it through to the end. Oh, Norris is catching him. I don't know how this is going to go because... Oh, Norris is catching him big time. Norris is catching him big time. Norris has to be favourite here to win this. Norris is 2.1. I think Norris is going to cruise up. Nah, Max ain't winning. Max is... Nah, Norris is winning. Yeah, lose it. I feel like Norris is going to rock up to the back of Hamilton and pass him. Oh, it's too close to call though. Look at that. You can never write off Max Verstappen. He's only 2.5 behind Norris. I said before, Dan, I said about 5 laps ago, if Max Verstappen wins this from here, massive respect. Massive. I can't describe how it would be unbelievable. If Max wins it from here, it would probably be his best win of his career. It genuinely. If Verstappen wins this race from here now with 7-8 laps to go, with not the fastest car, in mixed conditions, he's kept with him, made no mistakes, and while they all scrap at the front, he's been minding his own business and then comes through in the last 5 laps and wins it, it would be unbelievable. It'd probably be his best win of his career. I can't, surely not. Surely not, though. Max gets fastest lap on hards. I know. This man is trolling. I know. He's catching him up. He's on the hard tyre. Who is this guy? It's now tyre compounds. It's going to matter. Well, what a final few laps we are getting here. I would say these are the best 3 drivers in the world now, having a proper showdown to win the British Grand Prix. I do hope Lewis can hold on in a way, but the drama of Verstappen and Norris, oh, this is unbelievable. I mean, the first 15 laps of this race, terrible. Then the rain came, it all kicked off about lap 19. From lap 19 to about 22 was the highlight. Then it settled down again. Then we had a bit more rain. McLaren have made a couple of strategy errors, especially with Piastri. He's been done dirty and is now down to 4th and should be in with a chance of winning. So McLaren have dropped the ball a little bit in terms of strategy decisions, but we are now reaching a boiling point here. My goodness me. Verstappen's catching Norris and Norris is catching Hamilton. Oh, if Max wins this from here, it's just GOAT status. Surely not. Look at this. Verstappen is all over Norris. Oh my goodness me, bro. Verstappen is on the march. Oh my. If Verstappen wins this, bro, it's the best win of his career. And I have to hold my hands up and say this guy is unbeatable. Oh my God, it was looking like Norris was going to hunt down Hamilton. It's now looking, it could end up, Lewis could hang on here because he's got a big enough gap. Maybe, but Verstappen's going to do Norris. It's 1.4. It's like I say about Lewis, it's like a team being 1-0 up and just, he must be counting down the laps. Every lap must seem like an eternity for Hamilton here, as he's just trying to wind the clock down. God. Surely not. Surely Max doesn't win it from here. I think Verstappen might get Norris. I feel like that might be the final scenario, Carl. Yeah. I feel like Max will get Lando, but not Lewis. Yes. That would be my bet because the laps are running out. There's only 5 laps to go. Maybe it stays like this. I don't know, though. Max is... Oh. Oh, this is tense. Lewis has to hold on now. He's 2.8. The battle's for second here. Surely Hamilton's going to win a 9th British Grand Prix now. Unless he makes a mistake, drops a bollock. Surely now. The laps are running out. There's 5 to go. Surely Lewis holds on now here. Oh, what a story this is as well for Lewis. You know, he hasn't won for over 2.5 years. You know, the pain he's been through with this Mercedes over the last 3 seasons. He's leaving the team at the end of the year. This is a nice way to this is a nice story. But the battle for second is on here. Oh, and they could go wheel to wheel a week after they went wheel to wheel in Austria. And it all went wrong. Oh, my God. Here comes Max. Exactly. Albon's cleared Tsunoda. No, I'm not watching anybody else. But you are right. Albon P9 as a sub-story. Why did he use the mediums? I don't know. Because there was only 12 laps to go. So go for the softs. They'll last. But... Oh, Verstappen's on the back of Norris. Oh, God. Damn, bro. Oh, Verstappen's going to do Norris, isn't he? Verstappen's going to do Norris, but Hamilton should hold on. There's just not enough laps. There's not enough laps now, surely, for Max to pass Lando and then catch Lewis and pass Lewis. That'd be nuts in 4.5 laps. That'd be nuts. But Max is going to get second here. Lando's going to have to defend for his life here. This could be messy. Mind you, though, the hanger straight's wide enough. He's going to have slipstream DRS. I think the move's going to be done here. I think this is where it happens. With 4.5 laps to go, I think this is where it happens. Max is going to get slipstream. He's going to get DRS. They're going down the hanger straight on lap 48 out of 52. And Norris defends on the inside and Verstappen sweeps round the outside. And now Hamilton's going to look in his mirrors and see Max Verstappen is the next car up the road. And now it is squeaky bum time. Oh, baby. Oh my God, Verstappen takes second place off Lando Norris and has got 3. Oh, Jesus Christ, he might do this. Oh my God, the gap's 3.3. I think Lewis... Oh my goodness me, what a race this has been though. I mean, forget the first 15 laps, that was dead as a dodo, but since lap 17, 18... What a race this has been. I tell you what, 3 out of the last 4 races have been really good. Canada was really good. Spain, I don't really remember much from it, which probably means it wasn't that good. Austria was 10-10 drama. This has been fantastic as well. Last race win. 2021 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. I think Hamilton's got enough in hand. The gap's not crazy. The gap's not coming down in a crazy manner. The gap's still 3.3. Lewis has got this covered. And it's like you said, Carl. It's exactly like you said, Carl. You think Verstappen might get Norris, but not Hamilton. That is what is occurring. What happened to Perez? Oh no, is Perez out? Oh no, is Perez in the pits again? I don't know. I've not been watching anything else that is occurring outside the top 3. But that's the way we want it, you know? Rowan Atkinson. Go on then, Mr. Bean. In the Mercedes garage. Max is right. No, he's not. Well, it was probably when you typed that message. Still remember Saudi Arabia 21 when Max and Lewis came together? I know, it was so controversial. I loved that season. Best season I've ever seen in my life. See, the timing screen saying the gap's 2.9 seconds, but it looks closer than that to me. It looks right behind him. It's 3 seconds. Lewis will hold on from here, surely. Oh, God, yeah, the back markers and everything. It could play a massive role. It's Hamilton from Verstappen by 3 seconds. Lando's been... So McLaren going to end up third and fourth. It could have been a 1-2. It could have been a 1-2 for McLaren. They're going to end up third and fourth. Shot themselves in the foot a little bit with some of the decisions they've made today. Sainz fifth. Hülkenberg sixth. Hulkenberg's doing a fantastic job this season. And there's Stroll's ahead of Alonso. What about that one, Sean? Stroll ahead of Alonso. That's something you haven't put in chat today. You've not wanted to point that one out to me, I'm sure. And it's taken me 51 laps to notice, so I've not really been paying attention to it myself. But Albon P9, Tsunoda's looking like a point in 10th, but the gap's 2.8. Lewis now has to just, it's done. It's surely. Come on. Bring it home. What a story this is. What a... Brian May, Sir Brian May, about to wave the flag. $2.7. Oh, what a story this is. You know... This is a great outcome for the race. This is a fantastic result. This for Formula One. It genuinely. I mean, the Piastri win. When the Piastri win looked like it was on for a couple of laps, would have been mega. But this is a great story. This is a great story. This. You know, it's been a long time for him to break this streak of not having won for 2.5 years, to break that at the British Grand Prix where he's had so much success over the years. He's come back home after 2.5 years of struggles and bad cars, and then Russell having the best of him in the last 6 months or so. And, you know, everything's just been a little bit stale and stagnant for Lewis for the last couple of seasons, but... You know, this is a good story. This, he deserves this. I'm happy about this. He's holding him off. I mean, Verstappen's coming up quick. The gap's only 2 seconds. It's close. It's close. Oh, I mean, Verstappen has driven a fantastic race, but Lewis Hamilton round Stowe for the final time, into the Vale chicane for the final time, and on to the Hamilton Straight, named after himself, and crosses the line. Lewis Hamilton wins the 2024 British Grand Prix. Get in there! Get in there, Lewis! Back on top after 2.5 years. Get in there, Lewis. Lewis Hamilton wins the 2024 British Grand Prix. That's the story we wanted. Get in. Come on. Verstappen comes home second, and I have to respect that. Max Verstappen's driven a fantastic race, kept his head down, kept out of drama, kept it clean. took it like a man when he got overtaken by Norris early in a race. It's a fantastic drive from Max Verstappen, but today is Lewis Hamilton's day. McLaren dropped the ball a little bit on more than one occasion with strategies and decisions, and that's meant that a 1-2 has slipped through the fingers. They've ended up 3-4, but this day belongs to Lewis Hamilton. Get him, what a story. Lewis Hamilton wins the British Grand Prix. Get in, and that was a tense, nervy final 10 laps. That final 12 laps was so nervy, but that's a brilliant story. Well, Mercedes have got back-to-back wins. Russell wins in Austria. Hamilton wins at Silverstone. Oh, it's brilliant. That'll feel that for Lewis. That'll feel like his first win. That'll feel like his first win, That'll feel like his first win, that. Yes, Lewis, bro. You were in the stream for the end, so get in. Podium for Lando, you take that. 20 quid days. Oh, Suede, put your salt away. Yeah, great lap after lap 15. Yeah, first 15 laps was terrible, but since what a race that's been. That's been a great race. I give Austria a 10. So what do I give this? This was better than Austria. Not back-to-back 10s. Well, realistically, Austria was probably like an 8, and then this is a 9. Gonna go back and change it. No, that was a great race. You've got to stick. I've got to stick to the ratings that I've given races in the past. I can't go back and change history. I gave Austria a 10. What am I giving this? I do not know. Driver of the day's got to be Lewis Hamilton. I know that seems a little bit like, I don't know. It's brilliant. That's a great result, that. You fell asleep with Austria. Last 20 laps of Austria was 10-10 drama. He breaks the record for the most number of race wins at home Grand Prix. Yeah. 9. He already had the record for that, surely with 8. 9 British Grand Prix wins. Unbelievable. It was already unbelievable. This is unheard of. So racing Bugattis is a thing. No, I don't know. I think Bugatti are in a different league, like supercars. Oh, you're talking about road cars. Yeah. No, they don't race them, no. They're too big and heavy, Bugattis, to race them. There's one podium away at 199 podiums. That was a great race. Better than perfect. Great drive by Max, yeah. Yeah, you know, I have to give full respect to Max Verstappen. He stayed out of trouble, did the best that he could do with that car and drove a sensible race. But, I mean, this day belongs to Lewis Hamilton. It's got to be driver of the day, Lewis Hamilton. And this is an emotional win for him, this. This is an emotional win after the last 2.5 years. To come to his home race again and win it again after all the... It's unbelievable. What an unbelievable story this is. Mercedes are back-to-back wins here. I'm glad he's won this. I'm glad he's won this, man. Can I give it a 10? Ferrari needs to watch out for Mercedes now, I know. Mercedes coming on strong. 95% sure they're driving supercar racing. Oh, cheers, Todd. Cheers, Todd. I appreciate it. Yeah, cheers, Chrissy. Yeah. What's stopping me what? What's stopping me doing what? A 10 out of 10. Back-to-back 10 out of 10s. This race has shown me that Austria wasn't a 10 out of 10. I might have over-egged the pudding. I might have over-egged it at the end of the Austrian Grand Prix. I'm there going 10, 10, 10, 10, and then this is better. I've got no room for manoeuvre now. You know what I mean? I've got no margin to upgrade. I've given top marks to something, and this is better. What do you do now? Can't go 11. No, the thing is, giving Austria a 10. I've over-egged it. I mean, really, probably. Oh, this had it all, though, with the strategies and everything. And my bubble got burst a little bit with the Piastri thing. And then the last 12 laps, the tension in it. Mercedes and McLaren going wheel to wheel. Overtakes for the lead. Verstappen hanging on in there. Never write him off. It had it all. 9.5. I know I don't tend to do 0.5s. Points for Haas. You know, if Hamilton hadn't won this, I'd probably give Drive the Day to... Oh, look at this. An emotional win, this. Like, unreal. This is an emotional win, this. This'll mean more than maybe any of his wins before. This is Lewis Hamilton's biggest win for years. You know, after... An unbelievable result. Just stay on for the podium. I did do that for one of the races where I stayed on for the podium. Which one was it? Did Lando win a race? I think it was in Miami. When Lando won in Miami, I was like, I'm staying on for the British national anthem and all that. I think it was when Norris won in Miami, I stayed on for the podium. Do I stay on for this? Well, England winning in pens last night, and Lewis Hamilton wins the British Grand Prix the following afternoon. It's been a pretty good weekend, I'd say, all in all. It's been a pretty good weekend. England score all 5 out of 5 penalties to get through to the semi-finals, and then the following afternoon, Lewis Hamilton's redemption arc of winning the British Grand Prix after not winning a race for 2.5 years. A 10 out of 10 weekend. And in between that, a hell of a Demcast as well with Dougie and Jamza and Denver and Dugan. What a night. So, yeah, dub weekend. Ferrari just mudded. Yeah, Ferrari are just mudded lately. Like, Ferrari are... Get them watch hours. Yeah, stay on for another hour just to getting the watch hours up. Another watch hour, ticking them off. The engines are too big. I don't think Bugatti are involved in any races to be, you know what I mean? Like a Bugatti doesn't qualify for any category, I don't think. It's too big and heavy. They're fucking fast though, but they don't race them. But yes, Jamza, honestly, huge W weekend, mate. Honestly. Huge W weekend. Penalty shootout. Win. W Demcast last night. And Hamilton bringing home the dub in the British Grand Prix. Oh yeah. Had it on TV. It's been good, man. It's been good. It's been a good race. I mean, I've got myself up an alleyway here because I gave Austria a 10 out of 10 last week, and this was better. So what am I doing? I either downgrade Austria to a 9 and put this as a 10. Because I've over-egged the pudding in Austria, basically. It's like one exciting race. I'm there going 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. And then we rock up at Silverstone and get even more action. There was more passes for the lead and everything like that. It had everything. It had the mixed weather, the strategy mistakes, the battles for the win. You know, we couldn't call who was going to win this all the way through it. You know, Norris led for a bit. Piastri was going for the lead. You know, Russell led. Hamilton in the last stint, Verstappen was catching up. You know, you really couldn't call who was going to win this race from the first lap to the last. And that is in a very unusual situation. So I think the reality is Austria's a 9 and this is a 10. But I give Austria a 10. I've got to go back-to-back 10s. This is unbelievable. I was giving 2s and 3s at the start of the season. Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, China, Australia, Japan. I don't even remember what happened in those first 5 races. There were 2, 3, 4 if I was being generous. And then we rocked up to Canada. I think that was about an 8 out of 10. Yeah, nah, mate, we've had a couple of good races. Big ups. I'll not stay on for the podium. I'll wrap it up now. But thank you everybody for joining the stream today. Anybody, just as a reminder, anybody that has been in live chat today has automatically entered themselves into the Viewers' Championship round 12 around this circuit. I will host that tomorrow night live here on the channel, probably 8 p.m. I don't think we're clashing with any football tomorrow, so I'll do it 8 p.m. tomorrow night, Viewers' Championship round 12. Anybody that's been in chat's entered, so there'll be a good 20, 25 people again for the I don't know, British Viewers' Championship race. But big ups to everybody that's been in stream. If you haven't already, please do drop a like. It's been a fantastic race, a fantastic couple of races. So, you know, please drop me a like. Subscribe as well if you're into Formula 1 or you're getting into Formula 1, because it's actually become good again after a couple of dead seasons. So, yeah, big ups to everyone who's been in today. Lewis Hamilton wins a fantastic British Grand Prix under big pressure, kept it clean, got the job done. This day is about Lewis Hamilton. Big ups to Max Verstappen. He drove a fantastic race but couldn't beat Lewis in the end. Norris, what could have been. McLaren should have had a 1-2 here today. They've ended up 3-4. It's then Sainz, Hülkenberg again with a fantastic P6 in the Haas. Then Stroll, Alonso, Albon 2 points in the Williams, and Yuki Tsunoda gets the final point in the RB. But cheers everybody, thank you so much. What a great British Grand Prix. And I will catch you all tomorrow night for Viewers' Championship round 12. Anyone that's been in live chat will be entered into that. But cheers guys, thank you so much and peace out. Catch you for the Viewers' Championship tomorrow. Hamilton wins the British Grand Prix. Get in. That's the story we wanted. What a weekend. Dub weekend. Fat dub. Let's go.